All right, everybody. Scott Pierce here at Listens to Leads. Welcome to the call today. We're going to be going over FSBOs and how to actually engage, convert, list FSBOs. Just had a client the other, probably about a month ago at this point, did not exactly what I'm going to show you. I'll show you exactly what he did, but what we've got now is, I think, actually even better. So let me know here, who here has converted a FSBO if you're on this call. Let me know where you're coming in from, maybe who you're with. Love hearing all of that good stuff from everybody. But have you ever gone after a FSBO? Maybe you've gone after expireds. Not the exact same thing, but kind of similar, where we're going after homeowners who are like the best people. And the problem is most people go after FSBOs the same old way. They're cold calling, they're going there. And I see this all the time in different Facebook groups where they go to the FSBO and they're like, you could net more if you list with an agent, and you're not that smart because don't you know that FSBOs sell less? And even the FSBO homeowner or the guy who owned FSBO something or other listed his home with an agent. Anyways, Carlos, all right. Carlos, have you seen our expired marketing plans? Have you seen what we got with expireds? In particular, the complete marketing plan to get your, oh, wow. Yeah, Carlos, my gosh. Yeah, I would love, Carlos, connect up with me a little bit later. I'll show you, I'll walk you through this. This is absolutely amazing. And James, have you seen our tools for FSBOs? I see James says he converted a FSBO in Johnson City, Tennessee. That's absolutely awesome. James, how did you convert the FSBO? What was I don't want you to sit here and have to type in a 200-word essay, but did you like call them up and just present to them, or what did you do? Would love to hear that, because we've got the complete marketing plan to get your FSBO for sale by owner. So I'm going to walk through this today, but we've also got the landing pages that have I wouldn't do an ad with the landing page, but what I would do between the postcard, the door hanger, and the print flyer, and the email. So if you have the email address of the FSBO, is absolutely phenomenal. All right. Dennis Wheeler says, yes, I love it. And just says, yes, I love your expired kit, hand delivered a marketing plan letter, and follow up by phone. Awesome. James, I can't wait to hear your success here as you would get into that. So make sure you update us in the mastermind group on how you're doing with that. That would be absolutely awesome. Zoltan, awesome. Good to see you, man. Good to see everybody here with us today. Yeah, let's go to first. Let me drop this in. And we've even got the FSBO PDF guide, because with FSBOs, they can be difficult, right? They obviously either don't trust agents, don't respect agents, just think they can do it better themselves, whatever it is. But after a while, FSBOs typically get completely frustrated, right? Buyers are ghosting them, setting up appointments, not showing up. There's literally nothing worse than, obviously there's a lot of things worse, but to be a homeowner and showing your property, can you imagine, right? Some of these buyers come through and maybe they're a shadow investor, or they're a buyer, and they start asking quote unquote stupid questions to the seller, and the seller gets all mad at the buyer. And so there's just so many things that can go wrong between somebody trying to sell their home on their own and someone actually trying to buy from a FSBO. Because sometimes the FSBO homeowner is working with the buyer directly without an agent. And so there's just so much aggravation that can go on. And so our goal as an agent, when we're approaching FSBOs, and for all of you who've worked with us, please chime in. I want to hear your feedback and what you've done that works. But we've worked with a lot of agents that have had success as well. So what I'm going to be sharing with you is the feedback from our clients that are doing this. And it's at the link I just gave you. The first thing that we're going to walk through will be the landing pages. So I'm going to walk you through how to create this landing page right here. And so we've got print flyers, we got postcards, we got door hangers, we got scripts, we got social media posts and ads, which I don't really recommend that you run. I think as a professional agent, advertising for FSBOs on Facebook is a wrong look. For expireds and cancels, that can work. But for FSBOs, I would be, and there's just literally not that many FSBOs in our area. So to me, FSBOs is one of those one-to-one type of things where there's a FSBO in my farm area or my sales area, and I'm going to just reach out to them directly, either by sending a postcard, dropping off a door hanger, getting a print flyer, sending an email. So there's a lot of great things in listings to leads that we can do. In addition to the 100-point home marketing plan, which I'm going to share with you here, this one right here in a little bit. Back to this landing page, notice it's folsom.fsbosellingtools.com. And the idea here is to build engagement, right? To build some excitement around that homeowner and us. This has been used by a lot of our clients. I don't want to say a lot of our clients, but a lot of people going after FSBOs use this. And what they're doing is they're offering that FSBO homeowner a free set of marketing tools to help that FSBO homeowner better sell their home. And this could be great whether the FSBO is brand new, whether maybe they've been on the market for a while and they're a little bit frustrated and they probably don't have all the great things that you've got. So this landing page, let me walk you through the landing page first, and then I will walk you through how to get the FSBO homeowner here so that we can start engaging them. And then the idea is they may approach you and be just tired of pretending they're a real estate agent and you can get to list their property right away because you've led with value, or you may provide them these free tools. And I'm going to show you there's nothing you need to do. It is so ridiculously easy that you're going to if you haven't seen this yet, it's going to knock your socks off. When I've shown this to people that are very experienced in going after FSBOs, they're absolutely blown away. So on that point, let me show you here. So again, imagine you're a FSBO homeowner and you got a print flyer, you got a postcard, you got an email, you got a door hanger. And I'm going to walk you through all of that in a minute, but I want you to see how this works. So they land here and they go, yeah, man, I want to get there's like social media posts and print flyers and single property websites and all these other great tools. And so they select what they want to get from you. And you can customize this. You could add more to this. You can take things away from here. So for example, if you wanted to, just as an example, if you wanted to give them a walkthrough video, a 3D tour, better professional photos, and again, I'm just giving some ideas here, you can add them to this list. So this is completely customizable. All of it's customizable. And they're going to click, I want these tools. All right, great. You want those tools. And I'm going to say, I am Zoltan. And I'm just combining a few names from the people in the group that I see. Zoltan, I know your last name is not Holmes. And James, I know your first name's not Zoltan, but just bear with me on this one. And I will say, that way I can make sure we can note that the SKOT is not my normal email. I'm going to say my address is 121 Tomlinson Drive. I'm going to say Granbury, Texas. So remember that address. Okay. Remember that property address, 121 Tomlinson Drive in Granbury, Texas. I'm just going to put that. So it's not my normal number. Diane, awesome. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Now check this out. Do you have photos of your property? Yeah, I got photos. I'm going to upload photos. And let me always think to put this folder on my desktop. I need to do that. But anyways, I'm just going to upload. I'm just going to upload one photo. We don't need to sit here all day. So I'm going to upload a photo. And it could be 5 photos. It could be 10 photos. All right. Now notice 121 Tomlinson Drive, Granbury, Texas. And I don't know the zip code, but that's fine. I'm going to say price 888.888. So we can remember that. And just keep it easy. And I'm just going to say this is for the webinar call. Send property information. All right. So now as the FSBO homeowner, I've just filled out your landing page. Thank you. Your information will be professionally reviewed and the free marketing tools will be sent to you shortly. All right. Now, let me go into my Listings to Leads account. So when you first log into Listings to Leads, you're going to land on the dashboard just like this. And check this out, what happens next. So you're going to land on the dashboard. Now, first of all, let me open up my email. So I got the lead. So I got the lead notification. So here we go. So I'll get notified, right? There's the address, the email, the phone number, the homeowner's name. But check this out. You see this? What does that look like? 121 Tomlinson Road, Granbury, Texas, FSBO draft. Everybody see that? All right. So that's absolutely awesome. Yeah, Neil, for 100%. All right, 100%. James, hold on a second, because I'm going to get to that. I just wanted to see how it works first, and then we're going to walk through creating the landing page and how to access all the tools, right? But I just want you to see how the whole flow works, because I think you'll be more excited, and it'll make a lot more sense in using the tools once you see this first part, okay? So hold that thought. But now notice, all right, so I can see here, 121 Tomlinson Road, Granbury, Texas, FSBO draft. I'm going to click marketing tools. And this is an email. And this email has everything in it for that homeowner. Right? This is for the webinar call, right? And as the agent, I can add to that. Right? If I want to put a little bit more in there, we got the image of the property right there. Jamel, yes. Yep. Exactly. If they don't add the photo or the information, then it won't be. You'll just get like a regular lead notification to follow up with. But yeah, if they add the photo and this, it'll enter your account as FSBO draft. So they're not going to get anything except for an autoresponder. Check that out. That is awesome. They got click to view the virtual tour. All right. They can see that. All right. And it says FSBO draft because they haven't, right? You haven't approved it yet. We got Google Street View, we got maps, we got brochure, right? It's not branded to you at all. It's got the FSBO, and that's why I wanted to put SKOT at listing so you can see that it's not my email address, not my phone number as the agent. This is all branded to the FSBO homeowner. So a complete set of marketing tool. Now, what I can do as the agent is I might want to call this guy up. I might want to call Zoltan Homes up and say, hey, thank you for submitting your property. And I'm going to be sending you these marketing tools, but I just want to make sure to touch base with you to see if there's anything I should know about before I send these. Do you have any videos? Do you got floor plans? It says here, you might want to read the property description, ask them and add a little bit of value, right? How big is the lot? Maybe you look up the property online, get a little bit more information about it. So when you call them back, you're able to have a conversation where out of the gate, you're adding even more value to the entire process. But at the end of the day, what you're going to do, I can edit the email. I can send a test email, but I'm going to approve it. So once I'm ready to approve it, just click approve. And it says, are you sure you want to approve? Yes, approve and send email. So now I don't have SKOT at Listings to Leads, but it's going to send this email to the FSBO homeowner. And that might be one of the things you do as well, confirm the email address. And now you're going to see it's just now for sale by owner. So it went from for sale FSBO draft to just standard for sale by owner. Daphne says, if they have a video, can we add it? 100%. Margarita says, how does a FSBO know about this offering? Because we are going to be sending them a postcard, a door hanger, an email, a print flyer. You call them up on the phone, you drop by, right? There's a million different ways you can let them know about the offer. And then about 2 minutes, I'll be walking you through how do you create that landing page and all of those tools so that it becomes just easy. Jamel says, will this affect your listing count? Yes, it will. Yep, it definitely will. But I'm telling you, this is one of the easiest, I don't want to say easiest ways, but yeah, it's one of the easier ways to get listings. I've had clients, I don't want to say build a business on this, but I've had clients that have done very well going after FSBOs like this. All right. So if you want to add videos, check this out. So for example, you might look at the photos they sent, and probably like 90% of the time, they're not that great of photos. So when I call Zoltan Homes up, I might just say something like, hey, I see the photos, and those are totally fine, and we can get you all the tools. But working with buyers for the last 5 years, better photos are going to really make this a lot more attractive to the buyers in the local area. If you like, I can come by, take some photos. I normally do professional photos on all of my listings, but I think I could come by maybe when it's in the afternoon and we got some good lighting. I can come by, take just a couple of quick photos, and I can add them to all of the marketing here to give a better presentation. Or I do walkthrough videos. I'd love to do a walkthrough video if you like, because buyers love that. And that could really go a long way to help your home get sold faster. So if you want to add photos, just click here, upload images. You can upload a video, or maybe they've got a video on YouTube, who knows, but you can add that. So again, either upload or a Vimeo or YouTube link right there. And if I just go back to the normal listings page, I have a listing and a FSBO just went up in the same neighborhood. Oh, Melissa, that's awesome. That's awesome. So here's what that looks like now on my Listings to Leads dashboard, right? 121 Tomlinson Road, Granbury, Texas, for sale by owner. Remember it said FSBO draft earlier. Now it just says for sale by owner, 8888. Awesome. And so the idea now is just stay in touch with them, right? You're not their showing agent. You're not their agent. You are just an agent providing them with free marketing tools. It's not your responsibility to start answering a bunch of questions around everything. But what is I would say your responsibility in the sense of wanting to convert them is just stay in touch with them, right? Hey, how are your showings going? Do you need anything? Is there anything else I can help you out with? But again, you don't want to start working for free. You just want to stay in touch with them. Because again, at some point, and you'll know, is this the kind of FSBO owner that's just going to be FSBO for 5 years? You'll see that sometimes on the very high end, right? We had a client going after us in the luxury market. And I was like, dude, that FSBO has been around for 5 years. So you can go after them, but I don't think they're that serious. So anyways, now how do we get this all to work? So check this out. Let's go to landing pages. So James, let me know if this answers your question here, what I'm going to cover next. So now I've already got a bunch of FSBO landing pages. I'm going to create a new one from scratch. Create landing page. All right. Now I always talk as I'm doing it. So there's a green button right here on the top. Create landing page. Add new FSBO. All right. Name. It could be, I don't want to go too niche. So I might say, for example, Placer County, right? Because in Placer County, there's just a bunch of small little towns. I could do Folsom, right? I could do whatever, but I'm going to do Placer County and then create. And everything's going to be ready for me. The landing page, everything is customizable. So I can change the image, change this image, change the text, change everything. But check this out. placercounty.fsbosoldnow.com. Do you see that domain? Is that amazing? placercounty.fsbosoldnow.com. Selling your Placer County home on your own. Get free professional versions of the tools that I use to sell homes. And here's that list, right? And this is the exact landing page I just filled out. And so now the goal is getting people here. So Lee or Lay? Lee? So her question is, are these leads coming to us? this is how these leads are going to come to you. I'm going to click marketing tools. We can go back and look at all the edits. I can show you that a little bit later. But what we really want is how do we get people to that landing page? Melissa, exactly. And that's what we're going to cover right now. Perfect timing on that question. As I said already before, I would not do the ads. I really, there's just not enough FSBOs probably in your local area to start doing ads and Google ads. And I would not even do social media posting. This is really one of the very few things that I would not do a lot of social media stuff on, unless maybe it was like an Instagram or a TikTok where I said, hey, if you're selling your home, but see, here's the thing. I'm an agent. I don't want to be coming across in the broader market as if I'm promoting FSBOs. All right. Like I would with expireds, with canceleds, I would do a video and we cover that in those trainings. But for FSBOs, as I said earlier, it's really more of a one-to-one type of thing. There's just, even in my area, tons of expireds, tons of cancels, but there might be 20 or 30. I'd have to look it up real quickly, but there's not a ton of FSBOs, but the FSBOs out there are, right? How many of them list with an agent? Like 80%. So it's a very high percentage. And most agents go after FSBOs so poorly, or they maybe do a couple of phone calls and drop the ball. But what they're not doing most of the time is making such a high value offer that it's almost like the FSBO can't refuse. And no, James, now 88's way too small, right? Way too small. But what you can do, and let me bring up Follow-Up Boss. So hold on one second. Let me bring up Follow-Up Boss. I apologize. I should have had that open before I got here. And so James, what database or CRM are you using? And I'm going to show you. So I'll show you with Follow-Up Boss, and you can do this with yours. So we'll come back to that in a minute. Oh, you got Vulcan 7? Okay, cool. Perfect. So we'll get to that in a minute. So the first thing is the print flyer. So we're just going to walk through each one of these tools, and I'm going to give you how to use it and when to use it and why to use it. So there's a print flyer, postcard, or door hanger. So obviously these are all things that you can mail or drop off. You saw we got a couple of different versions of the print flyer, and it says, selling your Placer County home on your own. Get free professional versions of the tools that I use to sell homes. It's got the list of things that they can get from me for free. And then it says, scan the QR code. And I'm going to do that right now. I'll make that a little bit bigger. So if there's anybody here that wants to scan that QR code, hold on one second. Let me bring it over. There we go. Perfect. All right. Let me get up my phone. And I'm going to scan the QR code. Boom. Look at that. Everybody see that? It's a little bit blurry. There we go. Oh, but you get there we go. Look at that. Awesome. Got the domain, placercountyfsbosoldnow.com. Beautiful looking flyer. And again, we got actually, I like the second. Where's my cursor? Hold on a second here. There we go. I got it over there. Ah, perfect. Okay. So I like the middle one. So we got JPEG, we got PDF. I think the print flyer is awesome because then I can door knock. And what I would do is I would door knock the FSBO. All right. And I would say, hey, let's see, you're selling your home as FSBO. That's awesome. Congratulations. As a local real estate agent, I like to offer all the FSBOs in our area a free set of marketing tools, the same ones that I use, so that you can get your home sold on your own if that's what you want to do. Don't argue. Don't backdoor, be passive aggressive about, and I know you're not going to sell it, so why don't you just list with me right now? Just be gracious, right? It's kind of like disassociating yourself from the outcome in the sense that you already know that probably 80% or more of these people are going to list with an agent. We just want to make sure that it's us and not somebody else. Make sense? No, Melissa, no, we're not doing ads. Yeah, no, we're not doing any ads. No ads. Zero ads. All right. So again, remember, FSBOs are one-on-one, one-to-one. I would not be doing ads for FSBOs. Postcards and door hangers. So the print flyer is awesome to door knock. Now, we've also got postcards and door hangers, which I love the door hangers as well. What I might do if I was you is I might order, whether it's through our service or, and this image will change depending on what you put on the landing page. And what I would do is I would order maybe 50, depending on your area, depending on the FSBOs in your area, I would order 20, 30, 40 door hangers and then the same number of postcards. And then the print, because the print flyers you can print on demand and maybe they're not home. So I leave the print flyer, they're not home. Okay, great. I just leave the print flyer maybe at the door, or I put it in a little bag and put it on the door handle or something like that. And if they call me back, phenomenal. If they don't, all right, I'm going to keep following up with them. And that's where maybe the door hanger can come in next. All right. So now I can go back and knock on the door next time I'm in the area. I'm probably going to be in that area on a showing or a listing appointment or in a broker tour or just in general stuff. Drop the door knock again with the door hanger. And this time I can leave the door hanger on. There is nothing, I don't want to say there's nothing better, but the persistence in showing people that not just that you're not giving up, but that you are here to offer value can go a long way, right? Anyone can do something once, right? 95% of the people go to the gym once or twice and then they drop it. We don't want to be that person. We want to be the person that's going to be following up with these people on a regular basis because there's a $5,000 to $10,000 check at the end of the rainbow. And you know, these people want to sell. So why would you not be following up with these people until you get a hold of them? So we got the door hanger. And again, QR code, URL, awesome. We've got, again, postcard. So let's take a look at the postcard. Now, for the person that said they got 88 people in their database, so one of the things I might do is I might download that list. And then, James, who do you use? Or do you have like Mailbox Power, Thanks.io, maybe use Air Mail, maybe. So is there any kind of postcard company that you use? Because the first thing that you might do, and for all of you, might be to, if you got Vulcan 7, for example, is to create the landing page and then bulk mail the postcard to everybody. Because again, here's a postcard for sale by owner. Just because you're here, let me download it. We got Mailbox Power, and then we got the other ones. And then let me do the back. And there we go. So for sale by owner, just because you're selling your Placer County home yourself doesn't mean your marketing has to suffer. Go to placercountyfsbosoldnow.com. We got the QR code right there. For example, Mailbox Power. Yeah. So James, James, do you know how to upload the postcard into Mailbox Power? Because you could don't overcomplicate these things. I would be more akin or wanting to just go with the print flyer, for example. Now you got 88, you can't do all of them, but there might be a few that are really key, like the good price point for the person. Melissa, I believe you said you've got a FSBO that just came up right near a listing that you've got. You might just touch base with that FSBO. Now, depending on, I don't want to compete with myself necessarily without knowing the complete or the exact situation, but you might just drop off or drop over to that FSBO next time you're at that property with a print flyer, right? And say, hey, I got the property listed over here. Now, and again, that's going to be, is this property over here, your current listing, is that going to be sitting on the market for 4 months? Or are you going to, because it's hard to tell the FSBO, I can get your home sold better than you can when your listing is still sitting on the market. You know what I mean? You want to play it appropriate, if that makes sense. But regardless, if I'm just starting this for the first time and I got 88 FSBOs in my database, I would probably start off with the postcard to all 88. All right, all 88 of them. That was the front. Here is the back of that postcard. and get that in Mailbox Power, get that into Thanks.io, Zaire Mail, Express Copy, whatever it is. For example, in Listings to Leads, I can go print and mail. And this will take a few seconds coming up. The disclosure at the bottom of the flyer is very light. It's a part have that darker text. Neil, send that to support. Yeah, definitely send that to support if you don't mind. So here, check this out. Mail to my list. And you can upload that list that you've got of 88 people. Or you can download it from our system if you've already got Mailbox Power and upload it there and send it through there. So it doesn't matter how you do it, just do it. So first thing is, yeah. And so I like this idea, right? Let's get the postcard to all of those FSBOs in our area. But then again, like I said, I would get more of these printed so that as new FSBOs are coming up. Now, if you got Mailbox Power and you got the connection between, for example, RedX and Mailbox Power, you can set up where it's all automated. Or as you see new FSBOs coming in through Vulcan 7 or whatever system that you're going to use, right? You got the stack of postcards right here. Just drop it in the mail, right? First class stamp, drop it in the mail. That's $1, right? Between the stamp and the postcard, that's about what, $1.50, maybe $2 total to get that postcard in the mail on the same day. Because dude, oh my God, I've done work on connecting Mailbox Power and RedX, and man, you can spend more time trying to set these things up than if you just were to, like I said, have 50 postcards sitting on my desk and just one off them as they come through. All right. The idea is we're gonna send the postcard to everybody if we can, and then for the key FSBOs that are right in our sales area, that are a good price point, that we think we could do well with, that would be a good listing for us, I would double up on those people and I would door knock with either the door hanger or the print flyer. All right, so that's direct mail, farm, and so on. Next up is the email. So James, you're going to want to do this also. And so what I would do is I would set this up as a template in my CRM. So set this up as a template in Lofty, send it to all 88 people that you've got right now as FSBO, excuse me. And if I click send, and I'll show you how to send this through a third-party CRM next. So check this out. So here's the email. All right. Oh, yeah. So here's the email, right? Selling your Placer County home on your own. They click anywhere in here, they're going to go right to the landing page. So I'll send a test email to myself. We'll take a quick look at it. And give me a second. I'm going to pop it out. There we go. So here's that email. Look at that. Is that hot? That looks so good. So good. My listings to lead signature. We've got people click. It's going to open up my other monitor. That's where my email brought my client or my thing. But check that out. Amazing. So awesome. Now, if I want to send it through Lofty or Sierra or Constant Contact, Follow Up Boss, whatever, what I do, we've got copy code. In fact, we got copy code, but check this out. It's just easier. Just click in here and Command Control A, right? And then Command or Control C, select all copy, go to your CRM and just paste it in there. And James, I assume that you've got, oh, in fact, back up 1 second. Back up what I just said. If you want to include the signature from Listings to Leads, click on the preview and do it, because that way, check this out. That way my signature is going to be at the bottom, but I did just copy all, right? Select all, copy. And if you ever need help with something like this, either get with our support team or get into the mastermind group. Because once somebody helps you with it, you realize, oh, and then it's going to be done for you. I'm a stickler for formatting. In fact, I shouldn't even be doing this because I know some of you are going to be a little bit confused. I just like better balance. That's all. No big deal. And then let's see, what was the subject line? Oh, there we go. So I'm going to drop in the subject line, and then I would set this up as an email blast or set it up as a template in my CRM. So I've got it available at all times. So I can drop it on the dime and get it out to the next FSBO that comes through. Because I know people, when they go after FSBOs, they don't want to actually hit every single FSBO that comes through. So if you got Vulcan 7, or maybe you're using Zillow, you're just going into Zillow, you're finding the FSBOs, and then maybe you're looking them up on Remine, or you just driving by, you see a FSBO, maybe you look them up under Forewarn, and you try to get their information, get their email address. But there might be some FSBOs that you don't want. You don't want them contacting you. It's a tear down. It'd be more of a hassle than it's worth to even try to list. You wouldn't even want to. And again, that's why I don't want to do a blast to every single FSBO necessarily. Okay. So anyways, any questions about the email? And there's 3 different versions of the email, just a little bit of a different look. That's all. Right. So we got the black. We need to change. Oh yeah, it's a little bit different look. Yeah. So just more black, more white, and then banner up on top. I think just having 2 of the emails would be fine. And then you can even just create a couple of other emails and use that same link so that you could create, for example, a text only email. So the idea of creating a bit of a little email campaign, but that's driving people to this landing page, because they may feel like, oh, you know what? I don't need your marketing tools week 1. And then week 2 is, oh man, we haven't had any showings, or we're getting the wrong kind of people. So now they may take you up on your offer. So don't think that just because they didn't respond to the first postcard or the first print flyer or the first door hanger or the first email that you've lost them. It's just they didn't want it right now. That's it. So don't read into things just because somebody doesn't respond to you right away. Right. This, again, the name of the game is consistency, is staying in front, it's letting them know that you love them. Right. And that, you love them in the sense of, hey, I'm here to help you. I'm here to provide solutions. That's what I am. I am a solution provider. Apparently, as a FSBO, the solution for you is, let me give you some better tools than what you're probably using for absolutely free, because as a local trusted agent, I'm here to help the local homeowners in Johnson Ranch. Right? Whether you're selling on your own. No. And again, I'm not here to be your agent for free. I'm not doing that. No. But I can give you a free set of marketing tools. All right. Stay in touch with you, have a good relationship. And then again, when they're ready to sell, who are they going to call? They're going to be calling me up, because I'm the one that gave them all these great tools and stayed in front of them. All right. We've got, if, let's just say they're online. Maybe there's a FSBO and you saw a post of someone like, oh, hey, maybe it's in your Facebook group, or maybe it's in Nextdoor, or whatever it is, but you see them online on Facebook. What I would do, I would just take that link. And again, I wouldn't do this as a straight up post. And just imagine, I'm not going to get into my messenger necessarily, but I might say, so imagine I'm in Messenger, right? I'm going to do it as a post, but imagine I'm on Facebook Messenger, or maybe it's a post on their page, or it's a post in Marketplace, or it's a post on Nextdoor, it's a post in a Facebook group, right? So imagine there's a post and I'm commenting on a post. I might say something like, hey, Vince, good luck on selling your home as FSBO. Looks like I just want to butter them up a little bit. If you would like a free set of marketing tools, and I might say professional because they are, and then send this as a message. And you could even send a text, right? Now, I can't put all of that text in a text message, but I can put that URL with a quick get free marketing tools to sell your home as FSBO, put the link in there and send that as a text. So there is a long way. There is no catch, Melissa. The catch is, as I was talking about earlier, as a professional real estate agent that serves the homeowners in Placer County, right? I see that you're selling your home as FSBO, which is totally fine. And again, as someone that works with homeowners countywide, I would just like to offer you a free set of marketing tools. There's literally no catch, right? It takes, and I would tell them, I'm going to give you a link, just upload your photos there, put in your property description, and then let me take a look at it, see if there's anything that I might change for you just to make it a little bit better. And then it literally takes me, it takes me 60 seconds to do this. It's not a big deal for me. I'm not going to spend 3 hours on this. And that way don't make them feel better, because then they're going, okay, as long as you're not spending 3 hours, because then it's going to sound like you're going to expect something. So I might be upfront. If they say that, I might just say, Melissa, I'm going to give you this link. Again, just upload your photos, add in the information about your property. It'll generate all the tools. I'm going to take just a really quick look at them, make sure they look good. And if I see anything weird, I might call and ask you so that we can make sure that this is optimized for the best presentation for you. And then I'll just send them over to you. It'll literally take me 2 minutes to get this done. And then they'll feel better. Now, also, Melissa, let me actually re-answer that question. Let me add a little bit more to it. Remember how, and I tell you, in fact, Melissa, thank you for that question, because if you're talking to them, here's a little tip for you. If you're talking to them, offer them a draft version. Okay. We found this actually increases the acceptance rate by over half. So by over 50%. So remember, and I'll show you right here. See where it says FSBO draft right there? Remember how when we first added the property via the landing page and it said FSBO draft, right? So you might mention that if you, so let me role play that, because we were doing cold calling to FSBOs and we found this worked really great. And I think James, so I want any of you that have some FSBOs to model this in your mind. So you're calling up a FSBO homeowner, right? And let's say you get them on the phone, or even if you leave a voicemail or what have you, and you might say, so if you're talking to them, you could just say, here's what I'll do. If you like, I can just give you just a draft version to see if you like them. And we found that when you offer them a draft version, something about like, it's not official makes them feel a little bit more comfortable. Does that make sense? So if I were to say to you, for example, let's just say I say, now through the landing page, it works beautifully, right? When they get to the landing page, this is not even relevant. But I'm talking about if you're going to cold call them and you get them on the telephone, they don't know who you are. You might say something to the effect of, hey, James, this is Zoltan, and I see you're selling your home as FSBO, and I'd like to offer you a free set of marketing tools. And they go, what's the catch? Hey, there's no catch. And then you like this. I'll tell you what, if you like, I can just send you a draft copy so you can see what they look like. Make sense? So if for any of you taking notes, jot that down as a pro tip, okay? Because we literally found that increases the acceptance rate for sure over 30%. I really want to say like almost by 50%, because something in the mind of people were like, oh, all right, a draft version. So it's not official. You're right. There's just something about that. So keep that in your back pocket. If you get into a conversation and they seem a little bit reticent or hesitant to take you up on your offer. All right. Carlos, you can also say the catch is if you ever consider an agent, I want you to think of me. Yeah, Carlos, 100%. And I would almost say that not in passing, but something along the lines of, yeah, the catch is if you ever decide to sell, I'll be here for you. Right? Just easy like that, because people respect, most people respect, that you're a business person, that you're here. But at the same time, we don't want to come across, because I know you're not going to sell it yourself. And when you get tired of pretending, then you're going to list with me. I don't want to say that, right? I want to be just give, ask. All right. Are we good? Let's go back to the marketing tools. And let me find, let's go back to, so later you're going to come back into your listings to leads account. You're gonna be like, where the hell is that landing page? How am I going to find it? All right. Everybody see me? Okay. So come here. There's a little drop down filter by type. And it looks like my screen keeps going black and on. Hopefully everybody can see me. So I'm going to use a drop down, check FSBO. And you see, I've got like Santa Monica, Flint, Traverse City, Sarasota, Rockland, Folsom, Placer County there. I'm going to click on marketing tools because there's a new FSBO. I need to grab the print flyer. I ran out of print flyers. So I'm going to come and grab the print flyer. Notice also there is a seller script. So James, when you're calling somebody up on the phone, just a quick little script, right? There's a lot of great things that you can say on the phone, obviously. There's a version of the script. If you sent the postcard, email, or print flyer, there's a version where you didn't. And the whole thing is, and this is why we try to use those URLs that we use. I call you up on the telephone. I say, hey, James, Scott here. And you might go with I got 455 people in my database looking for homes in Placer County. If I bring in are you paying a buyer's agent commission for agents that bring a buyer that writes an offer that you accept, right? That might be a thing that you mentioned, or you could just lead in with, as a local homeowner selling your home as FSBO, I want to offer you a free set of marketing tools, the same ones I use to sell homes in the area. If you're interested in that, I can send you a draft copy. Just go to placercounty.fsbosoldnow.com. I'm going to send you a quick text message. I'm going to put the URL in the text message. All you have to do is click on it, and you can let me know which tools that you would like. You get a virtual tour and give you a property website. I give you some e-flyers, print flyers, sign, whatever you want. Just at that website, they're all totally free. Let me know. Talk to you soon. Easy. And then I would still drop off with the print flyer. I would still get those door hangers and some postcards done, because I really want to make sure that I've got all the ammunition that I need to make sure I'm going to stay in this fight for engaging and converting these FSBOs. All right. I don't want to wake up one day and have some FSBOs coming through and I don't have what I need to approach and engage them. All right. How are we doing? Everybody feel, some of you are pretty experienced in FSBOs and some of you aren't. And I want to hear from all of you. Do you feel, seeing what I've shown you now, does this make you feel a little bit comfortable, confident that you can either A, go after FSBOs for the first time, or B, put a little bit more in your arsenal to engage and approach FSBOs, right? Zoltan says doable. And for all of you, keep this in mind, and this is true for anything that you do. Half of you are going to start this and you're going to get shot down by the first two people that you go to, right? Just whatever, right? They're just no. And you're going to give up because you're just going to give up. Treat the first few that you go after, if you're new to this, as complete practice. Literally everything is practice. Everything we do is practice because we get better as we do things. So even if you've done 10 of them, tomorrow I'm going to be a little bit better than I was today, hopefully. So today is practice, even though I've already done 10, because tomorrow I'm going to be better. And then in a month from now, I'm going to be better. So the key is just to get consistent with doing this. Set yourself up with a process that's repeatable and doable. So we don't want to have to see. And that's why sometimes I've seen people, and I've even tried it myself, where I'm trying to connect all these programs together when it's just, oh my God, you know what? Listen, it's just as easy to download the postcard, send them to all the FSBOs in the area that I want to hit right now. So I got my list of FSBOs. I'm going to send them. And, or just spend a Saturday, spend a couple of hours and just handwrite them all, right? What the goal is, you want this done in the next 3 to 4 days. If it's going to take you a week to get started because you don't have everything set up, then that's the wrong answer. All right. Hey, James has things set up. He's got Lofty. He's got everything dialed in. Awesome. Good for you. You know, you got Vulcan 7. You got a mailbox power, someone said. Phenomenal. All right. We'll download this, get it in there, upload your list from Vulcan 7 or wherever that list is from, and get these out the door. And then get the print flyers. And I would just, you know what? I would print 20 of them right now and then put on that paper, these all need to be delivered to you got 20 of them. These need to be delivered by November 1st. By November 1st, this stack of 20 print flyers needs to be 0. Okay. If you want to do it, the door hangers or the postcards, whatever it is, but take a look at all the FSBOs in your area, right? Come up with your goal, right? There's 100 FSBOs, there's 35 FSBOs, whatever it is. There's an X number of FSBOs in your area. And the print flyer is so easy. All right, it's easy. Anybody can do the print flyer. Print up the number that you commit to, get a sticky note, put it on top of that pile, put that whole thing in your car because you're going to need your car. So might as well just put them there right now. All right. Get a manila envelope or get a little box, something to put them in so they stay nice and fresh. And then have a sticky paper somewhere saying all of those FSBOs. Now we do this with expireds and canceled too, but that's another training. And I want all 20 of those done by November 1st. All right. Jamil, yeah, 100%. So check this out. This is completely ridiculous. But and Jamel, actually, your version of this is going to print today, and it will be sent 2-day air tomorrow. So Jamel, you should have your copy of this by Monday or Tuesday of next week. And for everybody else that wants to order those expireds, I'm going to drop this into the chat real quick. So if you have any questions on this, get into the mastermind group and I'll help you out with that a little bit more. But all right, so we're going to be offering this for FSBOs as well. This is really just ridiculous. I took the PDF guide, the print flyer. Does that look familiar? That's the print flyer for the landing page. And then the first 6 or 7 pages, if I go to PDF guides, we cover the PDF guides in a like 2 to 4 webinars a month. So I'm not going to go through how to use the guide all the way through. And I'll get back to this one second. I just want to show this to you real quick. FSBO and for sale by owner, marketing tools. So this is a PDF guide. You can download the guide, right? Download guide. I can download the guide and see what it looks like. But we got the same tools. So I got a print flyer. And if they don't respond maybe to the landing page, or to get a free set of tools, I can drop off this print flyer or postcard or email or call script. All right. Door hanger, postcard. We've got the e-flyer. Right. So people, they click the e-flyer. So again, I can drop the e-flyer into Lofty, into Follow Up Boss, into whatever. The cool thing about the e-flyer is as soon as they click in the e-flyer, there's no landing page. They just download the guide right away. So what I was showing you is, because Jim, to your question, and this is just a demo. So this is just the PDF guide that you're looking at, right? Let me show you. So you can see that's page 1, just like what's on the screen right here, right? So it's that guy with the sale sign. So that's that. And then if you click through, and if for those of you that are setting up campaigns, add a cash offer. Hey, if I'm selling my home as FSBO, I might be inclined to just see what I can get as a cash offer. So I added, I don't want to bounce around too much. And for those of you that get confused by this part, don't worry about it, because I know this is definitely more advanced, and I don't want people tripping, but we have iBuyer landing pages, and I might set one up for Placer. I might create county, but check this out. Print flyer. So I got a print flyer, and then I've got the 100-point home marketing plan. So I've created an entire book from Mailbox Power, and it's 32 pages. So it's a little bit ridiculous. So I'm not really, it's a little bit much. I'm fine tuning how I want to do this for FSBOs, but we are going to be offering a FSBO version of this. But here's the deal. That's not really appropriate, I don't think, to take. I wouldn't start off with that, right? I would start off with the landing page. All right, get a free set of marketing tools. I'm going to ride that one for maybe a week or two. And then maybe I do a cash offer. Maybe I do the PDF guide for FSBO. And then maybe I do the 100-point home marketing plan. Because after a while, they are gonna sell. All right. They're not gonna sit there for FSBO. Again, I've seen some of these ultra luxury listings sit as FSBO for years. But then these are also the kind of homes that even when they list for sale, oh my God. So I lived in San Francisco. I lived in Sarasota, so Siesta Key down there in Sarasota. And some of those homes in Siesta Key in particular, they'll sit for 3 years. They'll sit there forever. And whether they're listed with an agent or they're selling as FSBO, because they're just, how many people want to spend $4 million on a property that they're going to be at maybe a month out of the year? Can't wait when we have the same thing for FSBO. You know, Jamel, we'll get that set up early next week so that we'll make that available, because yeah, what Jamel is referring to is, and I've already shown it to everybody here a couple of times, but we got the complete marketing plan to get your expired home sold. We're going to be doing this for FSBO as well. And that's just the listing presentation, but it's geared for, in this case, expired. And then we're going to do the same thing for FSBO as well. All right. All right. It's 12:03. I don't want to keep people late. Any questions? Anything for me before I let you all go? I want you to get to the mastermind group. If you're on this call and if you spent an hour with me, that's valuable. That's $250 that you just spent, because your time is worth at least $250. So get your money's worth on your own time and get into the mastermind group. I'm going to make a post right after I hang up here. In fact, you know what? I got a post. It's right here. FSBO. I'm going to edit this post right here, and I want you to comment. I want you to tell me what you're doing, what you've had success with, what you need help with. And there's no reason, I don't care where you're at in this country, that you should not be able to get 2 FSBOs listed in the next 60 days. Before Christmas, all of you should have at least 2 FSBOs converted. And that's only going to happen if you get at it. All right. I want you to start off. I want your Christmas to be a good one. And the best way to have a good Christmas is to convert some FSBOs, to convert some expireds. All right. Because they're just so damn easy. All right. They're just so easy to do. They want to sell. They tried to sell. They're not selling. They couldn't sell. And we've got a plan, and we got the tools to get in front of them, to engage them and to convert them. And so the only thing standing between you and everybody else, or between you and these listings, is just you not giving up. All right. You not giving up, and you will have the best Christmas, you'll have a much better Christmas than you may have thought. And I want your New Year's Eve to be one where you get like mad drunk. All right. And have the best time. If you don't drink, then don't get drunk. I don't want you falling off the wagon. But what I want you to do is have the best Christmas and the best New Year's and the best 2026. And that's going to be happening if we start getting at this. When is a cancel then? Neil, let me see something real quick. To be honest, I haven't been in. I need to get here more. Hold on a second. So we got to avoid foreclosure. Let me see that one a second. I know it's not canceled, but just give me a second here. Placer County view. Do you owe more than your home is worth? You may have a better way out. Yeah, I like that. I got it. In fact, we need to start doing. Are any of you seeing more foreclosures in your area? Avoid foreclosure. All right, these ones down here, we need to get rid of these. These should not even be here. The ones down here, these are like old legacy landing pages. So don't use these ones, please. Yeah, canceled. Yeah, we got to come up with canceled, huh? We do have Neil. Neil? I'm going to assume that you have seen. And now, last thing I'm going to show you. If you want to create this for a specific FSBO, right? There's a FSBO in your area that you want to create this for. You never talk to them. They've been FSBO for 3 months, let's say, or 4 months. They're probably getting at the end of their lifespan for this. Melissa, yeah, 1 second. Thank you. I'll give that to you. But if I go add listing manual and I use the drop down, and I'll show this to you again because I know some of you were like, wait, what did you just do? Look at that. For sale by owner. When I finish out, I can add the for sale by owner name, their email, right? All the information for that property, just like a regular listing. Save and add photos. Worst case scenario, Google Street View, go by the property, take a photo. And then I can create. Do I have one? God, I got to print another one. I gave my last one away. But I can create this. In fact, I'll show you the flip book with the homeowner's name and every image in this entire book of that FSBO home, of that specific FSBO home. And I can do that for canceled. Again, name, email, phone number, property address, right? Name and address will be on the cover. I can do that for expired. So FSBO, obviously listing presentation. So listing presentation, FSBO, canceled, expired. I can create these flip books for specific or general areas. And so, James, I would love your feedback. And Carlos, I believe, was it Carlos? Is Carlos still with us? If you've got a FSBO, and again, canceled, expired, all same thing, and maybe it's been on the market for, let's say, 3 months. And yeah, you could lead in with get a free set of marketing tools, but man, after 3 months, they may just be done with it. So maybe I'm not going to download the PDF, but if I click the other button, that'll be the PDF where I can print it. In fact, I'm going to show you. Office may have a binder, right? You can print the PDF and then bind it. And right, the complete, let me see here. Hold on. Include. Now it's going to take a minute. Ooh, really? Yeah, it's going to take a quick minute. But if I put the FSBO homeowner's name, it will put their name on the cover here as well. And this is their home. So this is right here. This is 2845 Gold Court in Folsom, California. And check this out. Got my introduction. We create a marketing plan around your home. And then every image is of that property, of that specific property, right? Nearby neighbor, email marketing, seller sphere, short form videos, property websites and virtual tours. Look at that domain. It might be a little hard for y'all to see. 2845 Gold Court, America's Best Listing.com. Do you think the expired, the canceled, the FSBO, and your listing presentations, the reason why we highlight this in yellow came from a client, because the client was like, Scott, the sellers absolutely love when they see that domain, right? They see their property address, they see America's Best Listing or World's Best Listing or the Best Listing, and they love it. Can you guys highlight that in yellow? I was like, dude, I can't believe I didn't have that thought myself. Thank you very much. So we highlight it in yellow. That's awesome. They can scan the QR codes. Now here's what's amazing. If anybody wants to do this right now, I'm gonna bring it up. Oh, there we go. All right. Let me see if I can make it a little bigger. All right. Scan the QR code and imagine the FSBO homeowner or the canceled or the listing presentation, right? When they do this, holy cow. There is something psychological when they see their home on paper, they're already impressed. And then when they do this, it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. Melissa, yeah. So let me show you. So back here, let me refresh. Let's see. It should be done by now. Usually takes a couple of minutes, just doing all the photos and pictures and just assembling all that stuff in the back end. Let me go do another one. So once you add the FSBO or canceled or expired, or as you can see here for a listing presentation, right? Once you add that, there's a flip book and there's download listing presentation. When I click download, it's going to download here. Man, and it's so weird how my internet keeps popping in and out. Yeah, James, yeah. And so check this out. Prepared for Ian Klasinski at 1200 Riley Street. That's Ian's home. And yeah, so here's what you want to do. If you're going to do this at home, which for a specific property, 100% recommend it doing that way. So when you get a specific canceled, a specific listing presentation, expired, or a FSBO, highly recommend, totally recommend you download the PDF, print it. Okay. Now, pro tip on the printing, 2 pro tips. 1, print double-sided, like James said. Yes, exactly right. Double-sided. And then the first page, so this one right here, and the last page, print on extra heavy paper. That way it creates like a little bit of a cover. That's not the standard laser that all the other pages will be. Don't print them all on thick, heavy paper, because then it's hard just to go through. If everything is too thick, it's just cumbersome. So do the cover sheet, which is this, and this will be on the back of it. So it'll be cover, introduction. This would be open up the right side of after I open it up. Then they're going to go through here. Every single image is their home. Awesome domain, 1200 Riley Street .thebestlisting.com. Beautiful. I'm looking at my home, right? I see all of this. I see my home on someone's phone, and people just pull off they scan this. You don't have to tell them, but I would if I'm in a listing presentation, if I'm with them, because again, when they see their home, and let's see if I can scan this one. All right. Gorgeous. I never know when my camera's going to, there we go. Beautiful. Oh, gorgeous. And then the last page, right? The last page, page 4, put the first and the last page on like extra heavy paper. And then all of the other pages, right? 3 through 24, just regular laser. So the copies you carry, James, are generic pics of homes, since you have copies. If you're going to print this up for generic, what we do is for expired, check this out. A proven plan that works. I know it's a little blurry. I'm trying to see if I can get it clear. Hold on. There we go. It keeps coming in and out, but it says a proven plan that works even when others don't. And it's a generic image of a home for that area, right? So you can see that home, this home, and notice the palm tree on the left or right-hand side, and then this home, and I've got a few others downstairs, and they're all just different homes. And in fact, all 3 of these are AI generated. So when we create them, if you got an image that's phenomenal, great, send it to us. But normally what I do is I'll go find a listing in the area that's like middle high end. So let's say mid range is 500, luxury is 1 million. I'll go to Zillow and I'll find like a $700,000 to $800,000 home. I'll run it through Chat GPT and I'll say, change the colors, change the windows, change the front landscaping, change the trees around, put a blue sky, so that we get a very like typical good listing for the area, but that it's completely different from anything else out there. Yeah. Lee, oh, I'm sorry. Gosh, do a lot of agents approach FSBOs as soon as they go live? I would. Yeah. Dude, Neil, I would approach the FSBO as soon as I hear about it. And again, if it's brand new, I think, yeah. So great question. Anything under 30 days, I would approach with the get a free set of marketing tools, the same ones that I use to market homes in the area, right? We've already role played this a few times. So I would approach them that way. 2 to 3 months, I don't know, play it by ear, whatever. See what you think works better for you. But maybe after 3 months, I might approach with that, but then follow it up with the FSBO version of this one. And that's what Jamel was asking about a little bit earlier was, hey, yeah, I could add their property, take a photo, do all of that, add a bunch of listings to my account. That's a lot of work. Or you could just order generic copies of this, right? The complete marketing plan to get your FSBO home sold with that I'm telling you, people use the generic listing presentation all the time and they dominate listing presentations. So if it's specific, phenomenal. If it's generic, phenomenal. We just want to get it in front of them. All right. All right. Leah, thank you. Thank you, Leah. I appreciate that. And Leah, no, the use case for both of them is the same. All four of them, right? Canceled, expired, FSBO, and even the standard listing presentation. I'm gonna do the specific ones for very high value listings in my area. And by high value, it's in a great neighborhood, whether that means that's my primary sales farm or it's just a great neighborhood I want to get into and I really want to wow, but there's more work. All right. And I can't do it at scale. So I'm going to be judicious and I'm going to be very specific and conscious. Conscious is not the right word I want. Just what's the word I want to use? Like it's just going to be more work. Okay. So I'm going to save and do that kind of work for just the cream of the crop in my area. But I'm going to also want to get some generic, i.e. generic. I mean, they're not generic, but you get my point, right? We want to get general ones so that again, as a new expired comes up or a new canceled comes up or a new FSBO maybe goes 90 days on market, then I approach that FSBO. And Neil, back to your question, intentional. Thank you, Jamel. That's exactly right. Intentional. Then after maybe 90 days, I go in with the complete marketing plan to get your FSBO home sold. But I wouldn't lead with that. All right. So if they're under 30 for sure, and maybe even starting at about maybe day 60, I go from, do you want a free set of marketing tools to the complete marketing plan to get your FSBO home sold? Because they can take it either way. They could take that as, oh, this is for me to help me get my home sold. Okay, great. That's wonderful. Or this is what you can do for me. Or really it's both, right? And again, a lot of that's going to be in the follow-up or a cover letter. So with the expired, if you look here, order your complete marketing plan to get your expired home sold booklets. Order the setup right here. So you'll click and you'll put in all your information and order the setup. And then once you get your first hard copy for review and you take a look at it, so far, everyone, oh my God, I love the feedback, right? So when you order these, the setup, we add the expired listing to your account. We prepare the booklet. We send you the booklet 2-day air. You get this in the mail, right? You'll get an envelope. It'll come in an envelope like this. It looks awesome. You'll open it up. You'll be taking a look at it. You're going to love it. And then you're going to come back and order more copies. And you're going to click cover letter. And what you'll want to do with the cover letter, because you won't have access to edit this, you'll go File, make a copy, and now it's in my Canva account. Or if you got your own cover letter, you're off and running. But now it's in my own Canva account. I can edit this, right? Drop it into whatever program I want to. Maybe I've got another system where I can do like my mail merge and all that kind of stuff, automatic. Or I just have it and I go, hey, you know what? There's a new expired that just came up, and I specialize in helping homeowners and more. And I think that's the only thing I have to change. Yeah. Right. Is that the cost for each property we order? Yeah. Each booklet. Yeah. Yeah. If you print it up yourself, no, for each copy, it's $8. The 60 is just the setup, and that includes the 2-day air. It includes all the setup, 2-day air of a hard copy for you. So for $60, you're going to get one of these probably 4 to 5 days from the time you place the order. And then you can come in here and let's say I want to order 20 copies. It's $8 per copy plus shipping. Yeah. And right now we're paying for the shipping. We're not going to pay for the shipping always, but for right now, I'm actually footing the bill for the 2-day air because I want these in your hands. I want you using them and I want your feedback, because there is absolutely no reason between the FSBOs and the expireds that you can't be getting a listing a week. Tell me why you can't get a listing a week. If you go after expireds and FSBOs with what I just showed you here today. Now, we didn't go through all the expireds, but you've seen this, and we got the expired landing pages, right? Going after seller leads is phenomenal, but a seller lead, right? 3 months out, 6 months out, a year out, I don't know. But what I do know is of 10 FSBO leads, of 10 FSBOs in my area, I could probably list 2 to 3 of them if I just follow up and I engage them properly with what we talked about. And for heaven's sakes, there's probably 50 expireds in your area. So if I can get 20 to 30 of these expired booklets in their hands and follow up like normal, why can't I close 5 or list 5 to 6 of them? There's no reason. No, Melissa, when you order like this right here, these are for the general ones. Because again, when you do specific properties, then you're going to do that on your own, right? What you're going to do is you're going to come in here, excuse me, right? You're going to go to the listings page, excuse me. And that's why I showed you that binder. I would just buy one of these. You can do a thermal, you can do a spiral. Oh, shoot. But I would either get one of these or maybe your office has one. And then when I got, like I said before, when I got a marquee, right, just a expired, a canceled, a FSBO, and for FSBO, right, I think we said 60 days on market or longer, then I would add it to my account and I would print that up myself. Yeah. Okay. All right, everybody, listen, anything else, get into the mastermind group, get with our support team, let us know how we can help you. Don't forget your affiliate link. Don't forget in your account. In fact, someone just signed up not every day, but every couple of days, somebody will sign up. They're like, yeah, I heard about you from so-and-so, but they don't use the affiliate link. So right here, affiliate link, right there, affiliate link, copy that link and give it to whoever you need to give it to. We've also got some marketing invites. Once you got your affiliate link set up, yeah, just copy the link and give it off to whoever you need to give it to. So have an awesome day, get into the mastermind group. And again, I'm going to make sure in a few minutes, I'm going to edit that post about FSBO. The only thing standing between you and 2 to 3 listings by the end of before Christmas is just you getting at it. So if you want to get at it, get into the mastermind group. In fact, let me give you that link because somebody did ask for it. I apologize. If you're not able just request access, and then I'll let you in, and then we'll go from there. All right. Thank you, Melissa, for reminding me. I appreciate that. Zoltan, thank you for being with us today. Jamel, awesome. Carlos, James, everybody else, thank you for being with us. All right. We'll talk to you soon.